Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Hope you're having a great day. We are coming to you with very exciting stuff today. We want to do an impromptu live video to share with you the results of our first impact survey that we have out. Yeah, we've got the fresh copies that are bound and put a nice lamination on them. These are the hard copy ones, but we've been promoting this via email as well as all over our social media pages. So if you've missed some of our graphs or not gone and seen the link, we wanted to share with you over this video some of the results from this impact survey. So we're really excited about it. We're going to give you some of the highlights of the survey, and we would encourage you to go to the website, and we'll include a link in this post to go check it out and read it for yourself, okay? So why did we do this impact survey? So let's first cover that ground. So we ask our angels and captains and volunteers, people that participate with us, how they felt their experience was with the race. You know, were they satisfied with the communication? Did they feel safe? Did they feel like they were supported by the event? You know, all those great things. But we've really never gotten to what impact we have on those people beyond the race itself. So, you know, we wanted to take this opportunity and really reach out to our members and really gather that information. We think that it helps us to really understand if we're truly achieving our mission. If you've been around My Team Triumph, you know that we're really not about just racing. We want to leave an impact in people's lives. We want to build inclusion. We want to have this sense of greater purpose in our community. And we really felt like it's something that we experience in our hearts when we go to events and we hear the stories and we take the pictures and we talk to people, but it's not something that we've really captured in a survey. And so we wanted to be able to do that with this. And so what we did is last November, we put together the survey. We have a committee of people that sit on this impact committee, and they came up with the questions and they came up with the areas, and we crafted this in an email and sent this out social media as well, and kind of waited for what people to say. And it was great.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. So we're going to give you some highlights here. So first of all, there were 7 areas of measurement that we focused on. And those 7 areas are connectivity and relationships, shared purpose, life satisfaction, well-being, fostering diversity, community involvement, and self-discovery. And so we started off asking really everyone these first few questions. How often were you involved with My Team Triumph over the season? As you know, we love people to be involved throughout the year, not just come to one race and then leave. And so we think of ways of how we can really make this a community rather than an event experience. And so we asked people, how often are you involved? So one of the answers was 0 to 2 times over the year, and a quarter of the people said that. 3 to 6 times over the year, again, these can be trainings and race events, 35.4%. 6 to 9 times, 12.5%, and 10 plus times, 27.1%. So
awesome.
I think there's some encouraging numbers there. This is something I think we're going to continually strive to do, is how do we help people, how do we encourage that continual involvement with the organization. So the next question we asked them was, have you been involved with My Team Triumph for multiple seasons? And almost 70% said yes. So about 70% of the people are returning members. And then we asked people, what is their level of involvement? So we kind of gauged, like, are these people angels, captains, or volunteers? And 70% of the respondents were angels, 33% were volunteers, and 23% were captains. Okay, so we're going to start by sharing a testimonial. What we did is we ask a lot of the questions and the statistics, but we also ask people to share their story. And so Diane is going to share the first one.
Yeah, so what I love about this is we have these awesome pictures. Take a peek here. We've got Captain Emily, and this was from the Lake Geneva Tri. Not necessarily that the testimony is from that race, but that is our picture here. And it says, I feel good when I ride in the running stroller and feel the wind against my face. My angels have been very good in taking care of me when we run.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just demonstrates that level of trust that the captain had for their angels, and really mutual trust that they have for them. So, good one.
Right. So our first area that we focused on was connectivity and relationships. And we just want to share some highlights or some of our favorites that were from this. So you want to begin?
Sure, yeah. So the one that I chose is fitting with our mission. And we asked people, from being involved in My Team Triumph, did you feel like you formed lasting, authentic relationships? Yes, no, and A. 81.4% of the people said, yes, I did form those lasting, authentic relationships.
So the one I chose was made relationships that feel like family. So not only did you make the relationships, but how deep were they? Were they family-like? 63.4% of the people said yes, they did.
Yeah.
And 24.8 was no, and 11.7 was NA. So that's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do the next testimonial, and this is a picture of our Captain Joey Christensen, Captain Pancakes. I believe this was him from doing the CellCom. He's walking across the finish line with his angels. So if you know him, he's been posting pictures of this on his Facebook page.
He's a celebrity.
Yeah, so here's the testimonial. The people that I've met through being involved with MTT for the past 5 years have become like family. The relationships I have formed and what they mean to me are indescribable. Yeah, awesome stuff.
I love that.
Okay, shared purpose is next. What'd you have for shared purpose?
So I have wanted to set goals that had deeper impact than yourself. 88.4% said yes. That's what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
There's our mission.
I love it. I love it. So these people, whether they're life goals or fitness goals or whatever, it's more than just about going to the gym and doing what they need to do. They're looking beyond just their own goals, and that's awesome. Personally, I chose the question of felt a part of something bigger than yourself, and 93.8% said yes to that.
Love that. So our next area was life satisfaction. So participating with My Team Triumph, how has that improved or affected your overall satisfaction in life? And I chose felt a stronger sense of direction in your life. I think in today's world, that's such an important thing. I mean, how many people know which direction they're headed in, right?
Yeah.
71.5% said yes. They felt a stronger direction in their life being involved with our captains and our angels.
Yeah. Awesome. And I chose felt more purpose in life, and 88.4% said yes to that. And I think, gosh, so much of this particular one gets to that, that purpose, that direction, and I just know that when you're around people that are so diverse and maybe have their story, they have their story of challenges, and the captains, not just the captains, but the angels as well, and we can share that authentically and not have to feel like we're going into this race. We if you've been around, we're very clear that we're not a team of people that are all about, hey, look how fast I can go, and look how many medals I get, and look how far I go. But we're really people about sharing the experience, about having fun, about joking with each other. We were talking about Captain Pancakes and how much fun we have with each other in the race. That's really what it's all about. And I think when you share those stories with one another, you get to know each other. That's what helps us really put that perspective in our life that gives us that purpose.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Well, our next testimony is one of my absolute favorite pictures. This is Captain Nick and his mom, and you've probably seen this one a couple different.
Hold it up while you're reading it.
There you go. So it says, it's amazing how getting up at 5 a.m. feels different when your end in mind is for a mutual purpose, not just for yourself. I didn't miss any workouts this season due to the motivation to being part of something bigger than myself. Yeah, I mean, the statement says itself.
What gets you up in the morning?
Powerful.
What gets you guys up in the morning? Why don't you comment?
Gets you to the gym.
Yeah, what gets you up in the morning?
All right, so life satisfaction.
Okay.
Felt inspired to step outside of your comfort zone. That's a big one. I hear a lot of that person to person, but to see this put into a stat was really eye-opening for me. 89% of the people said yes. I felt inspired to step outside of your comfort zone. That's huge. We have so many people who their first marathon, their first half marathon, their first time running is with a captain. They were inspired to do something outside of their comfort zone. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a gift we give each other. If you're just tuning in, we're going over our impact survey. We're talking through, Diane and I are sharing some of our favorite results from the impact survey. We're sharing some testimonials. This is on our website. We've been sharing it a lot. So we're talking about one area, life satisfaction, and the one that I chose is develop a strong social network. So being involved, did you do this? And 61.4% of the people said yes. So developing relationships that are strong, they can depend on each other, they don't feel threatened, they feel like they can be themselves, and we love it. So, yeah. So well-being is next, right?
Well-being. So I chose the question of, did you make healthier choices? I know, when you pick up something to eat, you have a choice every time you do that. Every time you make a decision to do something, it is a choice you make. 56.7% of people said yes, they are making healthier choices for being involved with My Team Triumph.
That's great.
I love that.
That's great. And I know that's true for, for myself, like when I'm training for a race, and I know I have my teammates that I have to run with, and my captain, of course. I think about, I can't skip a day in the gym, right? I mean, they're depending on me. My captain is depending on me to help them cross the finish line. My angels are depending on me to be part of that team, and I need to make sure that I'm holding up to my end of the bargain. It's very easy. Yeah, I mean, it's very easy when you do things on your own and just for you to just go, hey, you know what? I don't know why I'm really doing this, and I don't really need to show up. And but when you're doing it for other people, it's a whole nother level, right?
Right.
So I chose. The question I chose is in this section is felt a greater sense of optimism about facing challenges in life, and 80%, 79.3% of people said yes to that. So, wow, awesome stuff there. Okay,
Right.
so show us that picture. So here's our next testimonial. Last year I completed a full marathon with MTT. At that time in my life I was going through some tough stuff, as were many of my teammates. Our long training sessions each Saturday became like therapy for all of us, a chance to talk through what we were dealing with people who listened with great compassion and love. When I look back at this time, I don't know if I would have been able to get through it without My Team Triumph and my incredible teammates. The challenging physical exercise, goal setting, and cathartic conversations were integral to my mental and emotional well-being. Yeah.
Oh, got work out there.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
that is a picture. That picture is from Ironman 2015. That's Darren and his
Yes.
teammates as they're crossing the finish line of Ironman 2015.
Love it. All right, so we have fostering diversity. So I chose improved your sense of inclusion in the community. You hear the word inclusion from us a lot, and it's because it's our mission. It's our mission in action. 84.6% of people had an improved sense of inclusion in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. Good one. And I had felt that you have played a role in fostering a more inclusive community. So how many people felt that way? 90.3%. So 90.3% of people said yes to that.
So then we moved into more focused questions. So captains, angels, very specific to them. So our next one is captains. And the question is, felt more connected to able-bodied individuals. So again, it's that relationship building part of it. 91% of them said yes.
Awesome. Yeah. And then developed impactful relationships, similar question, but for captains, really focusing on them, 91% as well said yes to that.
Yeah. So for angels, felt more connected to individuals with disabilities. 85.9% said yes.
Cool. Awesome. Developed an understanding of the strengths and challenges people with disabilities face. Again, angels focused for this one, 86.1% said yes. So that's great. They're developing greater understanding.
So you guys might recognize our next folks in this picture. just a little somebody up there. So we have Christian and Jessica at the Door County Sprint this past year. And it reads, before my team triumphed, I had limited exposure to differently abled individuals. Because of my involvement, I have learned so much about the challenges our captains and their families face, as well as the incredible strength and resilience they show each day. I have become passionate about fostering a community where people of all abilities are valued and included. Mm-hmm. Powerful.
Woo! We're on fire here.
Yeah,
Boom.
love it.
Boom.
Love it.
Community involvement.
All right. I have felt more connected to your community. That's important. I know for me, that's how I got involved was through that area. 77.1% of the people felt more connected to the community because they were involved.
Yeah. Awesome. Love it. And I chose inspired volunteerism amongst peers. So being involved again, it inspired them to get their peers involved in volunteerism. 73.6% of people said yes.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Self-discovery. So discovered new friends. I mean, you hear that all the time in running groups. You know, why did you join a running group? To make new friends, right? 86.4% responded yes. They discovered new friends through their relationships here.
Yeah. Awesome. And I chose discovered a new you. So a new you as an individual. Peeled back some layers and discovered your strengths. So discovered a new you. 63.1% of people said yes to that.
All right, our last testimony.
Last testimonial here. So I've never felt the emotion I felt after running my first race with MTT and seeing my captain react to the finish line. I have never seen such raw emotion and wasn't expecting the powerful impact it would have on me. I truly feel blessed to be involved in this organization. So,
heartwarming,
stuff. Yeah.
Heartwarming stuff. This was amazing.
So this is a great stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that I think when we read this, we kind of pat ourselves on the back and go, yeah, you know, I think we're doing well on this and doing well on that. Maybe we could talk a little bit, Diane, about what you think from reading this are areas of improvement, or just maybe areas that have shown to be that just you've observed that we can improve on.
Yeah.
So do you have any initial thoughts on that?
Well, I think, you know, just from looking through this, I agree there's a lot of great stuff in here, but areas that we can improve on is finding that way when we're at training runs and having that kind of repeat, you know, and making those connections be even stronger. I think it's always room for us to have that opportunity, and you'll see some things come through this year, you know, some socials, some other opportunities outside of just training runs that we can offer to help foster those relationships and just make them that much, you know, more connected and stronger. I think that's the biggest one that stood out to me, and one that we're already tackling. So I feel like you're speaking and we've heard you, and we're doing that together. So
yeah. No,
how about you?
That's great. You know, I love the depth of the relationships as well. And I know that from, like you mentioned, the socials are ways that we want to connect people. You definitely have a great relationship when you get out and you run with something. Something happens, you know, when you're out running with someone, you think differently, you talk differently. You know, you're with people that have made a choice to come out and be healthy and to do something that not a lot of people do. And, you know, it could be early morning, it could be late at night, and especially taking it to the level of serving with an organization like My Team Triumph. And so when you enter into that, you naturally are really positive in many ways. But we also want to have times where people can, you know, have a meal together or get to know one another on a deeper level. And we've always kind of done the training and the races and really almost left it up to the angels and the captains, because we want them to have some opportunity to really, the freedom to really foster those relationships on their own. But I think perhaps there was too much of a gap between what we do and what we like people to do beyond the race. And so what we're trying to do is, I think, at least what I'm hearing from this is, I feel like by having some of those socials, by you know, sharing some of the stories that we're going to be doing with Beyond the Chair, and you know, really connecting people on a deeper level to the people, the humans of this organization, not necessarily Diane and myself, but the people involved. I think that will really help. We'll see some impact in terms of the the connections and the relationships that are even deeper in that. So,
well, and I think doing the survey in general helps with that, because
Yeah.
although, I mean, obviously, Christian and I are very connected in that we're at a lot of the events, and we have the blessing and the privilege of working with so many of you to see it in print. So if you think about the survey, this was, a name isn't attached to it. It wasn't, we had, Joe Schmo put his name and his testimonies in here. This was authentic feedback. And to read it, it was just very, very eye-opening in that it was a heart thing. As you read these, I hope you connected at a heart level, and it just reaffirms why we do what we do and why you guys do what you do. So I love that.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think? What are some areas that are your favorite areas, and what are some areas that we can improve on? Think about that. Leave us a comment right now while we're on for the next couple minutes. I just want to share Kelly Crabb commented. She said, so thankful for all the relationships. Our captains and angels are so engaging with the community. Thankful for that perspective on ability, right? And I read somewhere that a great story really helps us reflect on our own challenges to have a different perspective without beating us over the head with it, And so I know that every time I hang around with some of my favorite people in my Team Triumph, captains, angels, volunteers, or whatever, I always go away from that experience having a different perspective. Wednesday nights are my favorite night. And I always drive home after the training run and just have a smile on my face. And I have a hard time not stopping the car and wanting to look through all the photos that I took on my phone during the training run, and waiting till I get home to post them. So
don't do that while you're driving.
No, don't do you. But to me, there's so many memories and so many laughs and so many friendships that are formed. But you guys have any thoughts? Please leave us your comments. In the video there. Yeah. Chris talked about, Chris, thanks for asking the question. Awesome results. Quick question. How many people participated in the survey, and how does this compare to last year if this was sent out last year? So this is the first year that we've done the impact survey, Chris, and we had about 160 people complete the survey. So we'd like to get that number up in the future years, but we feel like that's a good that's definitely a good number to start off. We felt like we had good representation in terms of captains, angels, and volunteers across the board of our network. Great question. That is an area of improvement of ours, is how do we engage people more in this impact survey? How do we help them know it's part of the culture? We want to hear this, and so that's definitely a great question. So good.
Well, then, any others?
I think that is all. But Judy Jaquette, thank you for doing this. Best moments when your husband can take you to the finish line. Awesome, Captain Judy, doing the race. She did the Africa Hope with the big man, right? Yeah. So awesome.
Amy Baxter, I agree. I love building relationships with captains and angels.
Yeah.
Amy's on our crew down in the Milwaukee area, and I've loved watching your heart grow, Amy, and she joined us last year.
Yeah.
So
and speaking of crew, so much of this story that we have in this book, we have 2 employees in this organization. Diane and I, we're the ones right here. We do, 36. 2017, we're doing 36 events, and really, we're the employees, but we're not necessarily the leaders of the organization. The leaders are really our crew. These are the people that are out in the community that are going to service clubs, or going to organizations, going to schools, going to running organizations and stores, and really being ambassadors of our mission out in the community. And structurally we have 5 regions right now, and each of those regions have a leader, and then the crew members that help support the training runs, the races, and do advocacy. And this is essential. This does not work without our crew. So first of all, thank you.
They make the magic happen.
Yeah, thank you to all of our crew members out there that are watching this, including you, Amy. But then a call to action. Would you consider being a member of our crew? Would you consider? Have you been an angel before, a volunteer, a captain before, and really felt just alive from your experience of My Team Triumph? Have you felt a desire to go another step? Have you felt a calling to give that back to more people like yourself that have come and found this great joy in the organization and the relationships that have been formed? Do you feel that way? If so, join our crew. We would love that. You know, send us a message at info@myteamtriumph-wi.org or comment on this, and we'll follow up with you if you're interested in joining our crew. Right? We need crew, don't we?
Yeah, and we can include a link in there too. We have we have a full process for that, but I promise it's painless. It's worth it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Anything else you want to share?
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a great year. It's been an awesome year. And we are so excited about 2017. We've done our kickoff event, and we've only shared with you a few of the exciting things that we're going to be doing this coming year. And we can't wait to share with you everything else. So we love doing these videos. We're going to share more of them. I just want to also do a shout out that next Tuesday evening, I'm going to be doing a video with our national CEO, Ron Robb, a Q&A. This is the Beyond the Chair series that we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Joey Christensen was one of our guests in that one. And we're really telling stories about people that are building inclusion in our community. And so tune into that. That's Tuesday evening. We've got the event on our page, on our website there. So thank you guys so much for all of your support in 2016. Let's make it a great 2017. Get involved. Go to our events page. Become an advocate. Become an angel, captain, volunteer. We can't do it without you guys. So
awesome.
Yeah. Thanks
all
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Have a great day.